Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. We start Monday evening with a sobering thought. What happened in Rajasthan? And to get a from the ground feel of what are the machinations, whose intent was it to displace some of the Pakistani Hindu refugees there, to destroy even their temple. We're going to discuss all this with Dr. Omendra Ratnu, who runs a voluntary organization called Nimittekam.org to rehabilitate the refugees of Pakistan who are Hindu. It's been a lot of travails, but Nimittekam has progressed and they need your help also. I'm going to give you the details in a short while, but first let us welcome the guest of the evening, Dr. Omendra Ratnu. Omi bhai, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaste, Shri Bhai. Heartfelt gratitude to you for talking about this issue, these forsaken, forgotten Hindus. So I'm really grateful that we are talking about this. And time and again, you have helped us talk about this. My heart full gratitude.
Omi bhai, these are all, we are all brothers. That's how I look at it. And look at what Karnataka Congress government is doing. They want to celebrate Tipu Sultan Jayanti now. These guys are rascals of the highest order. Anyway, we'll not talk about that. Let's talk about your ilaka, where again Congress is in power. And I'm just going to leave you with let you lead, and wherever you need, we can say, show the video, or we know when to put the video. We'll be putting that. So just go ahead and tell us what happened in Rajasthan, sir.
Okay, so a very brief recap of what this whole Pakistani Hindu issue is.
Yes.
What are the numbers? What is the statistics? What is the data right now with us? At the time of the artificial partition of this country, I call it artificial because it was partitioned on the basis of religion, and then it was not partitioned on the basis of religion because Islamists got a Qilla of Islam, Hindus got nothing except a Sharia compliant Bharat, which enforces Sharia premised on the Hindu tax money. Our numbers have been consistently going down in the subcontinent. Especially with the context of Pakistan, we were 15 to 16% at the time of partition. Now we are 2.5%. In Bangladesh, we were 35%, now we are 7%. Will Durant says that historically, he talks about historical context, 8.5 crore Hindus have been killed by Islamists in the past 1400 years. The biggest genocide anywhere of any civilizational people has been of Hindus. No museums, no documentaries, no movies. On the other hand, the narrative is that Hindus are the tormentors. Hindus saffron terror का narrative चलाया जाता है. Coming back to Pakistan, at the time of the artificial partition of this nation, the traitors of Hindu Dharma were Nehru and Gandhi. Gandhi said that partition will be on my dead body. Well, dead body we got, but only after an intervention by Nathuram Godse. But Hindus were left to die. This man Gandhi, when Hindus were walking out of Pakistan after the murderous assault of jihadis, he is on record saying that do not allow Pakistani Hindus to come to Bharat. They should stay in Pakistan. 2 million Hindus were butchered at the time of partition 1947. 3 million Hindus were butchered at the time of 1971. As an American Senator, Ted Kennedy, raised the issue. No Hindu leader of any worth ever thought of taking these matters to the United Nations or to United Nations Human Rights Commission or to the global community that this is what is happening to Hindus in the divided subcontinent. So, because all the population data is all fudged. I'll give you two examples why I say that all the population data is fudged. Number one, every nation is supposed to hold a census of its population in 10 years. At least Bharatvarsh does it every 10 years. Pakistan's last census was done in 1997 or 98, and then it was done in 2017. So that is the timeline of the census. Number two, they do a very evil thing when they are counting the Hindu population. They count the upper caste Hindus and the scheduled caste Hindus as separate. So the fudging happens there. What are the exact numbers? Till date, after all my efforts, after contacting n number of NGOs and people who are experts on this, I have not been able to establish the exact number of Hindus in Pakistan. But the people who come to us on my estimate, on listening to the TV channels, whatever they say, close to 1 crore Hindus are living in Pakistan today in subhuman conditions. 90% of these Hindus are bonded laborers, slaves. 21st century, we have slavery going on. I challenge any international commission to go into rural interior Sindh in Tharparkar, Badin, 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙬𝘀, Bhong Sharif, Bharchandi Sharif, Jacobabad, Sakhar, Hyderabad, near Karachi. You will find Hindu families living as African slaves used to live in the US in 21st century, right under 24/7 era of television. European Union Parliament report of 2019 says that 1,000 girls of minority communities of Pakistan are picked up every year. This is an independent European Union Parliament Commission report, which comes down to three Hindu, Sikh, Christian girls are picked up every single day from their homes. They are raped by entire villages. Then these underage girls, some as young as 8, 9, are converted to Islam and married off to men 5 times their age. Shamelessly, in full public view, camera is rolling. These events are all recorded. The jihadis, the Islamic Society of Pakistan, showcases these cases as a victory of Islam. Nobody questions them that if Islam is actually luring these people to them, why is it only underage girls that get converted? Why not boys? Why not men? Why doesn't a Hindu man voluntarily convert to Islam if Islam is such a beautiful religion? All this facade goes on in full worldview, and 3 Hindu, Sikh, Christian girls are converted, picked up from their homes against their will. Where is this whole hullabaloo Western sensitivity, which I see in these Hollywood movies? You know, if there's a child, even a murderer will say, "Oh no, there are children. I'm not going to do that." Oh, all that hypocrisy. Where is the compassion? Where is all that concern for a child's psychological and physical safety? Because the West is funding this state of Pakistan, which is doing this to its minorities in broad daylight for the past 70 years of its existence. This is the pathetic horror. This is the horrible suffering of Hindus and Sikhs of Pakistan. Against this backdrop, we are holding this conversation.
Thank you, Dr. Omiji. Now, there is this ongoing challenge of trying to get him inside to India. For that, there are lots of steps, hurdles that have to be taken by the poor, Hindus in Pakistan. And we have heard about stories where when they are proceeding from their home to the consulate, they get waylaid, their money is taken away, they are beaten up. These things are also happening. Now, why is it that for some strange reason nobody in the West is looking at this? And what about Pakistan's own conscience? Don't they have anybody there who has even a small amount of conscience to say ये जो हो रहा है ये गलत हो रहा है?
Well, Shri Bhai, your narrate on this is very
No,
inspiring.
I'm speaking for the viewers, sir. The
I
viewers
know.
are worse than
I'm
me.
not talking about you per se. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a section of Hindus who say, what about the conscience of Pakistan? That means you don't understand Pakistan. That means you do not understand the theology. That means you do not understand what is being taught in the madrasas. They dehumanize non-Muslims. This is not a secret anymore. A Pakistani Islamic scholar, 𝙒𝙬𝙤𝙀 Ghamdi, he's on record saying that it is taught in the madrasas of these people that गैर मुस्लिम सिर्फ महकूम होने के लिए पैदा हुए हैं. Non-Muslims are born only to be slaves of Muslims. You teach this to a 5-year-old child. What do you expect? What do you expect when you are teaching this to a child? He is being brought up with the idea that non-Muslims are my slaves. And wherever they get the opportunity, they will enslave Hindus. This has been going on for the past 1400s. The Hindu Samaj, the Hindu leadership, the Hindu Dharmacharyas, the Hindu Mathadhishas, the Hindu political leadership refuses to learn this. Only out of sloth, intellectual sloth, and I would say cowardice. क्योंकि अगर आपने शत्रु को शत्रु मान लिया तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा ना. Then you have to deal with it. डील कोई करना चाहता नहीं है अपना स्टेटस को बना के, जो हिंदुओं की, जो गरीब हिंदुओं के ऊपर जो इन्होंने पावर और मनी अर्जित किया है हिंदू लीडरशिप ने, उसके मजे ले रहे हैं सबके सब. They do not want to disturb the apple cart. As simple as that. As far as the world is concerned, I have no grudge against the world community, except that they are funding a state which is killing children. The failure is of us. The failure is ours. The failure is of the Hindu leadership. The failure is of the Hindu intelligentsia. If there is a thing called Hindu intelligentsia, I don't know where it exists. If there is a thing called Hindu thought leadership, the failure is of Hindu political, spiritual, dharmic leadership, that they have forsaken the Hindus of Pakistan. Only one sadhu, that is Sadhvi Didi Ma Sadhvi Ritambara. She is the only one who is talking from her podia, from her kathas, from her platforms. She is openly advocating that the Hindus of Pakistan should be cared for. Otherwise, you tell me, I think I remember Jaggi Vasudev Sadhguru, once he spoke in favor of the Citizenship Amendment Act. Rest of these, they're all happy with their big mathas and big ashrams and hunky-dory going on. And it is actually, what should I say, if I can give an analogy here. In Mahabharata, there is this Yaksha Prashna, and when the Yaksha asks Yudhishthir that what is the biggest surprise on this globe, on this earth, and the Yudhishthir replies, that man sees people dying in front of him, right, left, and center, and every second. He thinks I'm going to be here forever. If Yaksha was to ask me this question, what is the biggest surprise, Dr. Omendra Ratnu? I would say the biggest surprise is that a population in this era of communication is being killed, is being pillaged, is being pulverized in broad daylight, in full world view. Mia Mittu, the chief of Bachandi Sharif, has openly gone on record and said that it is my life's aim to convert 10 lakh Hindus to Islam. Openly, his dargah is picking up Hindu girls as tiny as 8 years, 9 years. This pedophilia is going on by an institutional way. So to me, if I were to answer this to the Yaksh, I would say, sir, the biggest surprise is that the world is going on hunky-dory as if nothing wrong is going on. The biggest ashcharya for me is that when there should be a revulsion, a revolt in Hindu Samaj for Hindus of Pakistan. We should block the streets of Bharatvarsha till every Hindu is not rescued. We have this abject ignorance. We have this abject insensitivity. We have this horrible ignorance of the issues of Hindus of Pakistan. And for us at Nimittekam, it's a challenge, Shri Bhai. एक एक परिवार को शिंडलर्स लिस्ट की तरह दांत तोड़ के अपने दांत तोड़ के हमको पाकिस्तान से निकालना पड़ता है. That is the status, the work global community. भाई हिंदू समाज ही जब नहीं रो रहा, अंग्रेजी में हमारे भारत में राजस्थान में कहावत है, बिना रोया माँ भी दूध को नहीं पिलावे. अगर आप रोएंगे नहीं तो माँ भी दूध नहीं पिलाती, वो भी अपना काम करती रहती है. आप चूं चूं करोगे तो फिर अपना वो दूध देगी आपको. So the world will take notice when the Hindu Samaj will take notice. And the good news is the Samaj is awakening. So I will talk about that more when we talk about the incidents of Jaisalmer and Jodhpur.
Yes. So let's talk us through. Let's first talk about this conversion stuff.
जी हाँ, हिंदुओं का ये गांव था जिन्होंने इस्लाम कबूल कर लिया. इसके पीछे नाम है हाफिज गुलाम मोहम्मद सोहो महमूदी कादरी अल मारूफ बाबा साईं का. रिपोर्ट देखिए इसके ऊपर, फिर गुफ्तगू करेंगे. बदीन के करीब दीनी मरकज सत्यानी शरीफ के अजीम रूहानी पेशवा और दरबार गौसे आजम के खलीफा हाफिज गुलाम मोहम्मद सोहो महमूदी कादरी की तालीमात से मुतासिर होकर 250 हिंदुओं ने इस्लाम कबूल कर लिया और अल्लाह रब्बुल इज्जत की वहदानियत को तस्लीम करते हुए खातिमुन नबीयीन हजरत मोहम्मद मुस्तफा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वआलिहि वसल्लम के अस्वाए हसना पर जिंदगी गुजारने का अहद किया.
So these forcible conversions are also happening, but I don't see even a trace of happiness in any of those faces, the Hindu faces who are being converted there. Omi bhai, this was what is happening in Sindh, has been happening. I mean, I've been raising this issue in the United States. I've been talking to many of the Hindu American congressmen who are notionally Hindus in name only. He knows. And they don't understand the difference between Hindu and Hindutva. They are in the same mindset as Rahul Gandhi, who says Hindu is Gandhi, Hindutva is 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪. इतने गधे हैं. हाँ, तो यहाँ हमारी वहां से शुरू हो रही है इनकी पढ़ाई. देखो बाबा, ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा है. तुम्हारे बाप ने, तुम्हारे परदादा ने जो आपको सिखाया है, सब गलत सिखाया है. उनको खुद समझ आती नहीं है. So we start from there. But Omi ji, when did this happen? I'm just curious.
What?
That video, the conversion thing.
I think this is an old video. This is about 2-3 years old. But right now we are getting videos from Pakistan, which I am not able to share with you for security reasons, because a lot of Hindus have not converted. And the videos of those who are being converted, if we show them, then these people will actually attack the Hindus who have not converted.
Yes.
If we show the village, if we show you the exact village where it is happening, then what is going to happen is that the jihadis will land there with their AK-47s and they will start picking up women randomly, raping them right in front of their husbands and brothers. So we are treading with caution. We are right now focusing on extricating as many Hindus out of that hellhole as much as we can. So the scale of conversion of Hindus to Pakistan is our estimate, our team's estimate is that during the COVID era, when the borders were completely sealed for a period of more than 2.5 years, approximately 2 years, 10,000 Hindu families converted to Islam. And now the dead Hindu leadership of this nation, you can hear from them all the podia and all the discussions. Oh, population of Hindus is going down, demographic inversion, all these cosmetic words. Tell me, Shri Bhai, what is the simplest and the most effective solution to the demographic inversion, if not taking out 1 crore Hindus of Pakistan and 1.5 crore Hindus of Bangladesh, getting them to Bharat? We get a respite, we get a stability of population for the next 10 years. Then we can launch whatever offensive we have to launch against these people. But 2.5 crore Hindus, which if you do not get them to Bharat in the next 10 years or take them out of those jihadi societies, they will be converted or killed or will be forced to flee to God knows which places. And if converted, as Swami Vivekananda used to say, a converted Hindu is not only one Hindu less, but an enemy more. So, if you ask me कि ये सब कब हो रहा है, ये एक सतत प्रक्रिया है which has started. वो तो जब से पहला अटैक दाहिर सेन के ऊपर मोहम्मद बिन कासिम का 712 ईस्वी में हुआ था, तब से लेके आज तक अनवरत, क्योंकि इस्लाम इज अ पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी. The whole stress is on numbers. So wherever they get a chance, वो आपके नंबर्स पर अटैक करेंगे. ये तो साहब हमारे विरखे पीछे फोटो लग रही है जिनके कारण 100 करोड़ हिंदू आज भी हैं. Otherwise, civilizations have been wiped out. Where is Persia? Where is Mesopotamia? Where is the Byzantine Empire? Where are the Buddhists of Afghanistan? Where are the Buddhists of Pakistan? So that is the level of genocide, and the whole world is watching. सब जानते हैं, everybody knows. But दाढ़ी सहलाते हैं इनकी मुल्लाओं की. No, don't get angry. Don't blow up another mall. As if he will not blow another mall. He will blow the mall because that is his passport to his imaginary Jannat. So the issue is very much alive for Hindus, and the good news is, with the relentless noise that we are making and with friends like you supporting us, now the Hindu Samaj is awakening to the threat.
Thank you, Dr. Omi. See, viewers, you have one challenge. That is, first, very simple one. Just like this video and also subscribe to our channel. 1 in 2 of you have not yet subscribed. I kindly request you with folded hands to please subscribe to our channel. What we have put together today, we are going to show you some more heartbreaking videos. So far, Dr. Omendra Ratnu has told us about what is happening in Pakistan. Now we turn our attention to within India. Once the Pakistani Hindu refugees come and take up shelter here, these buggers are relentless. They want to take out these guys from within India. And we are going to start showing you some of these videos. Omiji had been on the ground, including demolition of a temple that they had built for themselves. This is inside Rajasthan, in India. Sir,
yes.
Omiji, first thing is, the government can't do everything, viewers. The government cannot do everything. They are trying their best, but they have some limitations also. They have to check and make sure that the people who are being given entry are all legit. There are no spies coming in and things like that. The most important thing you can do is, we are going to give you in the description where to donate to nimittekam.org. Please strengthen Omiji's hands. He is working 24/7. He's a doctor by profession. He's got 2 groups working in Udaipur as well as in Jaipur. As far as I know, he may have had more now, and he has only 24 hours in a day.
Jodhpur.
Yeah, Jodhpur and
Jodhpur, Jaipur, Jaisalmer, 3 places.
3 places now. Wonderful, wonderful. So you can donate. The government can't do everything. There is a limit to how much the government can do. Now, Omiji, walk us through what happened in Rajasthan.
Okay, there is one thing that it happened, and then there is my interpretation of it. So I'll tell you what happened. Yes. I was doing a surgery about 3 weeks ago, and in the middle of surgery at 11 o'clock in the morning, I get this news that the Jodhpur administration, the Jodhpur Development Authority, JDA, is demolishing a colony of Pakistani Hindus. Now, this is the colony in which Nimittekam is directly involved. We are directly sitting there, our office is there, and we are taking care of the citizenship, the medical care, the routine well-being of these people who come from Pakistan, and approximately 50 to 70 bheels are coming every month to this area from Pakistan. New people every month right now, 2023. I was flabbergasted. I said, oh God, what can I do? I'm doing a surgery right now. So like, what is to be done? And these people were crying and they said, sir, hame bachaiye, blah, blah, blah. The next morning we caught a flight, me and Jay, and we went to Jodhpur, and I have shared those videos with you. Two areas in Jodhpur were demolished, Rajiv Gandhi Nagar and Gangana. Now, Rajiv Gandhi Nagar is under the domain of the JDA, which legally speaking, they could have demolished because it was an illegal occupation by these Hindus of Pakistan. Now, it's a long story that they were all cheated by the local land mafia. They had given their hard-earned money for those land pattas, but these Hindus do not understand English. They do not understand Hindi. They are coached in Arabic, the Persian lingo, the script, and their language is Sindhi. So whatever papers they had meant nothing. In Gangana, about 200 meters from Rajiv Gandhi Nagar, JDA did not even have a locus standi. It was a land of the mining department. What business did JDA have to demolish those 60 homes? So that is a criminal case. I'm talking to my legal team now. We have already built up a case and we are going to file a criminal complaint. Anywhere on the globe, if you have to evict people, then you have to give them a week's notice. A JDA officer is on record saying, we gave a public notice. What is a public notice? Can somebody please educate me? What is a public notice? When you to demolish my home, I need to be given a notice. What is the meaning of a public notice for me? I'm not supposed to read every notice in the newspapers. I'm supposed to respond to a notice given to me. That is one part of the deal. The atrocity, the speed, and the brutality with which it was done, there is no doubt that this was a sponsored action.
Omiji,
Now, who sponsored it? Yeah.
I want to show the first video where you are on the ground and you can talk us through that.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
हमारा देश नहीं है,
नहीं
दुखी करते हैं।
नहीं, ये देश आपका है, आप चिंता मत
देखो,
करो।
जगह नहीं है बैठने की, तो हम कैसे जिए? वहाँ बंदूक की नोक से निकल कर आए हैं, वीजा नहीं मिलता, बहुत दुखी होके आए हैं। ये जनता हमारी कोई घर है, 40 से 50 घर है हमारे, वो आए हैं। देखो कि यहाँ झोपड़ी बनाने की जगह नहीं है, तो हम क्या करें?
क्या नाम है आपका?
मौजूराम भी।
बाप के बच्चे कितने हैं?
बच्चे मेरे 3 हैं। 3।
आपका मकान भी तोड़ा है कल?
हाँ, आपका मकान वो किकर के पास पड़ा है ना, उरले बने, वो पत्थरों का बना रहे थे, एक बनाया था, बच्चे अंदर रह रहे थे।
2 महीने के अंदर अंदर आपको हम मकान दे देंगे, ये मेरा वचन है आपको, ठीक है?
मेहरबानी आप।
2 महीने के अंदर अंदर, और इससे अच्छा मकान देंगे आप।
बहुत
अब पाकिस्तान के अंदर जितने भी अपने भाई हिंदू फंसे हुए हैं, उनको अपने को ये संदेश नहीं जाना चाहिए कि यहाँ आने के बाद आप तकलीफ में
उन्होंने
ठीक है, वो मेरा वचन है, वो मेरा काम है कि मैं 2 महीने में मकान बना के दूँ आपको।
Heartbreaking. Viewers, understand, Dr. Omendra Ratnu, out of his own goodwill, is sticking his neck out and promising this man whose house has been demolished that he will make him whole in 2 months. What little you can help, please do. Omendra ji, just walk us through this point. It's still.
This is a video of 𝙤𝙬𝙤𝙬. This is not the first demolition. This was the second one. And the Jodhpur thing happened. We visited it, we created a ruckus on social media, and there was a lot of noise. Not one Hindu political leader issued a statement. I have no idea why they did not.
What has happened to Maharani ji? What has happened to Maharani ji? आजकल कहीं आवाज ही नहीं आ रही है.
As Maharajas and Maharanis, there was a time there used to be Maharajas, Shri Bhai. Now these are all pimps. These are all pimps and the pale shadow of the great Rajput Kings that they used to be. These people are all petty minnows. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Sorry to hear that. So let us know whenever you want to play this one. We have it ready up.
But let me take you through the Jodhpur thing. And once the Jodhpur demolition had happened, we had established that this was done by the Jodhpur administration. I went to see the collector. The guy was okay. As usual, the IS officers, the arrogance was all there. I started talking to him in English. And then he said, just because you're talking in English, that doesn't mean that you can get away with anything. And so I stopped. Then I said, I'm not going to talk to this man anymore. It's a very smug young man. but not anti-Hindu, at least, because he had a sympathy for what had happened. He was unaware. Frankly, I could see that he didn't even know that this has happened. So these are a couple of officers. There's a Muslim guy, I'm forgetting his name, and there's a Hindu guy who was involved in this. We're going to name them in our FIRs. There was a local journalist who was extorting money from these poor bheels. We're going to file cases against them and then see what they could take to the logical conclusion. These wounds had not even healed when the demolition of Jaisalmer happens within a week. And then now I'm giving you my interpretation of these things. Now, in Jaisalmer, the same modus operandi. No notice, sudden attack. In Jaisalmer, they went overboard. You can play the video of the mandir burning.
Yeah.
And beating up women. Now, if you have gone to demolish illegal occupation, what business do you have to beat up women? So I'm going to file criminal cases on the Jaisalmer administration on the basis of these videos. You can play this video. This is a temple demolition.
इतिहास का छात्र होने के नाते मैं कई बार सोचता था कि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि साका जौहर के समय हिंदू मंदिरों को जलाया जाता था। ये हो रहा साका जौहर हमारी आंखों के सामने। इधर आइए जरा। क्यों चूचू कर रहे हो? ये जो मंदिर है, ये कोई हिंदू जला सकता है? ये कोई मलेच्छ ही जला सकता है। इसका प्रतिकार समाज को लेना होगा। इसकी रूपरेखा हम आपको बताएंगे। हर हर महादेव। क्यों नहीं कराया? उसमें खून इकट्ठा हो रहा है।
भाई साहब, इनको कहाँ लगी है? इनको कहाँ लगी है?
पे और हिप जॉइंट पे। यहाँ हिमेटोमा लग रहा है मुझे, ब्लड इकट्ठा हो रहा है।
और मेल
यहाँ देखो नहीं है।
और मेल पुलिस ने इनको मारा है। ये
एक्सरे नहीं हुआ है, बेसिक मेडिकल केयर कौन कर रहा है? ठीक।
Talk us through this one, Momiji. You are a doctor also. You examine the wounds.
Yep. This lady was hit on the back by police, male police. She had a hematoma on her left hip joint and she was unable to walk. I am told she's still unable to walk about after 2 weeks. To urinate, to go to the toilet, she needs help of 2 women. What kind of people do this to fellow human beings? What kind of people do this, Shri bhai? कोई क्रिमिनल्स हैं क्या यार? ये कोई स्मगलर्स हैं, कोई मर्डरर्स हैं? 1000 किलोमीटर दूर ये लोग अपना घर बार, अपने गहने, अपनी स्मृतियां, अपनी गाड़ियां, अपने मकान, अपनी लैंड, अपनी मेमोरीज, अपने रिश्तेदारों को छोड़ कर एक कारण से आते हैं कि हम हिंदू बने रहें, हमें कलमा पढ़कर मुसलमान न बनना पड़े। और यहां आने के बाद आपको पता है ये लोग भील हैं। और Bhils were the ones who fought alongside the great Maharanas of Mewar for 1000 years to save us from Islam. These people are the children of those immortal celestial beings. And this is what we are doing to their children. Maharanas would be cursing us from those skies. आपको डिमोलिशन करना है, आपको लगता है कि लीगली ये एक जमीन है जिसके ऊपर इन्होंने इलीगल कब्जा किया है, जरूर तोड़िए, जरूर तोड़िए. What business do you have to hit women like this? And the state is doing this. So now I give you my interpretation. This is being done by the mullahs and the ISI of Pakistan. Till about 10 years ago, we used to get these calls from the Pakistani establishment that we want these kafirs to go away from Bharatvarsha, from Pakistan. We will get their properties and we don't want them to stay here. So it suited us, we were busy taking them out against all the odds and whatever little help the government, but not little. I must acknowledge the great help given to us by Shri Rajnath Singh Ji and Prime Minister Narendra Modi between 2014 and 2019. All the notifications that the Home Ministry issued helped us save 12,000 Hindus out of this hellhole. That cannot be denied. That credit must be given to Rajnath Singh Ji. He issued the notifications for increasing the long-term visas from 1 year to 5 years. He issued the notification for getting driving license to these Hindus. He issued the notification for getting bank accounts for these Hindus. He even issued a notification that these Hindus could own private property up to 500 square feet. He issued notifications that on the basis of Pakistani passport, they could be given Aadhaar cards. So the phenomenal work done by the BJP in 2014 to 2019. After 2019, there has been a paralysis. CAA was the last good news we got from this government of BJP. And then for unknown reasons, they have not yet implemented it. Now, what is happening here is that in January 2023, I read a news item that 100 Hindus who had been given a visa by the Indian consulate are turned back from Atari border by Pakistani authorities. Now, this is a new thing. Now, pay attention to this, Shivai. The rethink in the jihadi mindset establishment of Pakistan is this. Earlier, they were pushing these Hindus and Sardars out of Pakistan. Now, they are impeding the exit of these Hindus, the safe exit of these Hindus to Bharat, because the ultimate aim of 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪 is to Islamize the Indian subcontinent. If these 1 crore Hindus escape, remain Hindus, then they are their enemies. They are saying, ye sale apni giraft mein inko pakad ke Musalman banao na. And I kept pleading with the dead Hindu leadership of this nation, please do a press conference. Please issue a statement which can inspire a confidence in Hindus of Pakistan. I got dozens of messages from Pakistan. They said if temples are being burnt, temples are not burnt even in Pakistan. They told me. The Hindus of Pakistan told me कि साहब ये तो सलूक हमारे साथ पाकिस्तान में भी नहीं होता. So this is a very deep conspiracy funded by international agencies to ultimately Islamize 1 crore Hindus living in Pakistan today. And the inaction of this establishment, the Hindu political leadership, the Mathadishas, the Dharmacharyas. But the good news is the Samaj has woken up. The promise I made to this Maji Ram, I'm going to fulfill it. I might be delayed by a month because procuring land is a very tedious and a very arduous job. I have to see the titles. We have to see that there is no fraud in that.
Yeah,
then
land mafias are everywhere. Yes.
Land mafias, and the procedure itself to procure an agricultural land and convert it into a residential land. Oh my God, that's a harrowing part of the bureaucracy. So I might be late, but the good news, the silver lining in this dark cloud of desperate and despondency is that the Samaj has responded to, I'm a puny by who am I? I'm just a middle class doctor, and Jay is doing his thing. Both of us have been blessed by the Hindu Samaj. Hindu Samaj has trusted us, given us enough money to buy the land, to build up a construction, build up a Nimittekam shelter home both in Jaisalmer and Jodhpur. And I promise, I take shapath of Maharana Pratap Singh, who is my ideal, that we will do that in the coming months. And as soon as possible, we will give a shelter to these 140 families who are right now living in abjectly inhuman conditions. You can play that video of that one day old child.
Yes, yes.
That broke my heart.
क्यों नहीं कराया? कहना उसे वो न समझेगा न समझा है, मगर कहना उसे इस अपमान, इस पीड़ा और इस दंश के बीच भी जीवन फिर भी स्फुटित पल्लवित हो रहा है। और ये नन्ही बच्ची 2 दिन की, क्या नाम है इसका? भारती। चाहे से माँ भारती ने इन भीलों को कुछ नहीं दिया, लेकिन इनकी श्रद्धा फिर भी माँ भारती के प्रति अडिग और अगाध है। और ये नन्हा सा फूल इस भयानक तपती भीड़ में भी, इस कष्ट में भी, तो फिर उम्मीद है, फिर आशा है कि जीवन की ताकतें मृत्यु और अपमान की ताकतों से बड़ी हैं। ओले बाबा, इतना गुच्छा किस बात का? भूखे हो क्या आप? अच्छा ठीक है, हम जा रहे हैं, फिर आप दूध पियो अपना।
One surprise for me, viewers, are you really liking this program? I hope you are, because I would like to have 10 times this viewership. This concerns all of us. Tomorrow, this could be us. This could be us tomorrow.
There is no possibility.
This will be.
It's coming. Let me quote Faraz here. मैं आज जद में हूं तो खुश गुमा ना हो. Because I'm in range today, you don't be happy. चिराग सबके बुझेंगे, हवा किसी की नहीं. All the lamps will be extinguished. The air doesn't belong to anybody. These evil forces will reach our door. And as we say in Rajasthan, की आग लगने पे कुआं नहीं खोदा जाता. This is the time for Hindu Samaj to act. And I'm so happy to report to you, Shri Bhai, the Samaj is acting. The Samaj is coming alive. I'm getting a dozen calls every day. I'm even thinking of hiring a person who should respond to my phone. I'm literally tired of responding on my phone. I'm completely drained out. So just that is the level of awareness that the Samaj has reached. We will gradually build upon it. Now, let us talk about what the future holds for us and what is the plan that we are embarking on, if you are comfortable with that.
Absolutely, go ahead, and viewers, we promise to give you all the information about how you can donate if you are not residing in India. If you are abroad, we will give you all the details. I have to work it out with Dr. Omendra Ratnu ji. Once you watch this video, right, go to the description section, or sometimes we'll even put it right at the top of comment saying, if you want to donate to Nimittekam, these are the ways you can do it. I'll give you all that stuff. I want to listen to Dr. Omi at this point of time, his vision. Please go ahead, Sarji.
I'm sending you the US non-profit that we have started about a couple of months ago.
Okay,
because I'll tell you the plan that we have for Pakistani Hindus. I mean, I'll try to be brief, but it's longer.
Yes.
Look, in Bharatvarsha, the challenge is to increase the number of visas. Right now, they give us 2,000 visas, and we are not even able to take out 200 Hindus out of Pakistan right now. The Nimittekam office of Jaipur files 1,500 visa applications every month, which in itself is a very complicated process. I don't want to go into that. I don't want to bore the viewers with the bureaucratic procedures. Applications of 1,500 visas. Do you know how many get approval? 30.
Wow. Why?
This I have to ask the Home Ministry and the Indian Embassy in Islamabad. That's the level of failure of the Indian establishment. And for no reason. Nobody gives us a reason that why they have rejected the visa of these 1470 people. But yet we build the papers again, we apply again. We are also very audacious people on that account, I must say. The other challenge is to definitely implement the Citizenship Amendment Act. The Citizenship Amendment Act has to be implemented by hook, crook, or whatever. That is if you have to block streets, if we have to go on a bhook hartal, that is now Didi Ma Sadhvi Ritimbara is with us. There are a couple of other dharmacharyas who are very sad at this ongoing situation, and they have promised us help. So let us see if that we can go to an agitational politics on this, and not politics, agitational mode, and force this government to implement the Citizenship Amendment Act. But even short of that, this government has given us enough relief. But there is one major issue on which this government is not listening to us. It's a bureaucratic thing, and I'm boring you with it, but it is important. It is very important that I use this platform to air this grievance of Pakistani Hindus. As of date, when a Pakistani Hindu becomes eligible for citizenship, he has to go and take his Pakistani passport to the Pakistani embassy in New Delhi and surrender it, and get a citizenship surrender certificate from Pakistan in lieu of 8,000 Indian national rupees. Besides the insults, besides the delay, besides the trauma that these Hindus undergo, tell me, sir, a daily wage earner of 200 rupees per day, how is he supposed to give, if he is a family of 8 people, 80,000 Indian national rupees to the Pakistani? We are feeding an enemy state, and just one notification from this MHA, from this dead MHA, one notification, that which was already being practiced till 2019, Rajnath Singh ji had given us that opportunity and that window, that the Pakistani Hindu who becomes eligible for citizenship shall surrender his passport to the local district collector. All that we are demanding is to prolong the duration of that notification till further orders. Nobody is listening to us. We are feeding crores of rupees to an enemy nation, humiliating these Hindus, delaying their citizenships. I've written n number of written memorandums. I can share it with you also. I'll send that letter to you also, if you can forward it to the relevant authorities. Now, this is the challenge within Bharat Varsha. We even planned a paidal, as Mr. Raul Vinci walked around this nation, making a fool of himself and making a fool of Hindus around the globe. We actually planned a Padyatra from Jaipur to Delhi to raise awareness on this issue. Unfortunately, 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙬 was my brother was he was injured in an accident, and we couldn't complete it. Maybe this coming monsoons we will undertake this journey. Now the real challenge, which is for us to go and take these Hindus out of Pakistan. See, even if 2,000 visas are given every month, and we are able to take out 2,000 Hindus for argument's sake, the number of Hindus that we take out in 1 year is 24,000, Shri Bhai.
Yes.
In 10 years, 2.5 lakhs. We don't have more than 10 years. Huh?
There is so much more ground to cover. There is so much more ground to cover.
So, if Syrian Muslims can become refugees in America, why can't Pakistani Hindus go there?
Yes, yes.
Where is the groundwork? Where is the homework? What is the framework of United Nations to grant these people refugee status? That is my now next main challenge. We are working with teams in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and America, and I want you to help us out. Is this?
Absolutely.
We have floated
Yes.
a Dharmansh US Foundation, dharmansh.us. I've sent the link to you.
Yeah.
So anybody who wants to donate for this cause in the US, we have no FCRA clearance, so you cannot give money directly to us. I suggest you donate to dharmansh.us.org in America, and that money will be used for lobbying, for hiring lobbying firms, for setting up interviews with senators, for setting up interviews with the relevant authorities, that someday, if we get a congressional hearing on Hindus of Pakistan, I fly to US with 10, 12 Hindus and Sardars and Sikhs of Pakistan, and the world can listen to them, their abject humiliation, their abject genocide, their shameless genocide going on right now as we talk. That is my future plan. There is another aspect of this whole thing, Shri Bhai, which we Hindus don't understand and which is so crucial for us. 90% of these Hindus are of the Dalit Samaj, the Dalit Sahodaras, as I like to call them. They are actual real Hindus. Bhils, scheduled tribes; Meghwals, scheduled caste; Old Rajput, scheduled caste; Balais, Korli. Where is the so-called Dalit leadership of this country? The Dalit leadership of this country opposed the Citizenship Amendment Act shamelessly, which would have benefited 40,000 Dalit Hindus immediately. That is the level of treachery that is being committed in the name of this. So this meme bhim jugglery going on in this country, that Muslims and Dalits are one, the biggest sham that we can prove by that, exposing this meme bhim sham, is the genocide of Dalit Hindu Samaj by Pakistanis. And the same about Khalistani narrative. The daughter of the Granthi of Nankana Sahib, Mohan Singh, Jasbir Kaur, picked up in broad daylight, forced to read Kalma, Guru ke Sikhon ki beti, दुनिया की आंखों के सामने कलमा पढ़ रही थी श्री भाई, और हम हिंजड़े, हम नपुंसक समाज खड़े खड़े देख रहे थे. वो गुरु थे जो अपनी बच्चियों को बचा गए. हम जैसे कायर हैं जो अपनी बच्चियों को नहीं बचा पाए. The two important dimensions of this whole issue, exposing meme bhim sham and the Khalistani narrative. But if there was a Hindu leadership, if Hindus leadership did not have a spine of toothpaste, they would be using this issue to the hilt. This is beyond my bandwidth. I'm not a politician. I'm just a simple middle class Hindu. I'm doing what I can. If the Hindu leadership has any pea brain left in them, the Hindus of Pakistan issue should be taken to every city, every capital of every country, and Pakistan should be named and shamed for what it is doing. All funding to Pakistan should stop. That country should suffer the consequences of the genocide, and the world should open its doors for the Hindus of Pakistan. So 1 lakh can go to America, 1 lakh can go to Canada, 2 lakh can go to Australia, and that is the only way of saving these 1 crore Hindus trapped in that hellhole. Sorry for a long answer. I know it could have been too many facts in one answer, but I think that was needed.
No, thank you very much. We have one other video, or I think we have something to show. Can we show that thing, please?
This is the Dharmansh US our link
website. Yeah. So we will share all the details with you, viewers, and I think we have a couple of questions. We can take 1 or 2 questions. Really,
we have a lot many questions.
We have to ponder about this. And Omiji, my request to you is if you could just keep answers to 1 minute. That way we can include as many questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's go with the question and answer, please. Raghunandan wants to know, sir, only option left is to give Islamists back the language they understand. Sir, your view on it?
Yeah, certainly. That is the only way. Violence is the sole arbitrator of morality in modern world. But violence by individuals is not something that I will ever support or propagate. Violence is the sole prerogative of the state. And the state should be mandated to act violently. Just like Israel acts for Jews, India should state action for Hindus. Bomb these villages out of existence who are doing this to our girls. Bomb them out of existence for all I care. But for that, we need that a leadership with a spine, a leadership with that conviction, and a leadership with compassion. A very sad fact I have to share. I was sitting with the top leadership, top Hindu leadership about 5 years ago. I was मतलब जिसे हमारे हिंदी में कहते हैं मेरे पैरों के नीचे से जमीन निकल गई. When I heard them saying, जो हिंदू जहां है उसको वहीं पर सशक्त किया जाए. And I couldn't control myself. I said, यार आप यार दिल्ली के जहांगीरपुरी में तो सशक्त कर दो हिंदू को. तो आप इनकी चिताओं पर रोटियां सेकना चाहते हो. That means you have no idea. You have no idea of what jihad is. एक प्योर इस्लामिक सोसाइटी के अंदर काफिर की जिंदगी नरक के अलावा कुछ नहीं होती है. आपके पास कोई विकल्प ही नहीं है इनको वहां से निकालने के अलावा. सॉरी फॉर द लॉन्ग आंसर. Yes, violence by the state is the only answer. That's the only language they will understand. Or counter, we can start the Ghar Wapsi campaign more vehemently in Bharat. Then this will stop in Pakistan.
Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskar, sir, what is happening in India is a result of whom the voters are electing. My view is that people have been so trained over last 7 decades. How do we come out of it and start voting on merit?
Well, I think if you are saying that voting out Narendra Modi in 2024 is going to solve anything, I'm sorry, I completely disagree.
It's going to make it much worse.
It's going to make it hellish. I'll tell you what's going to happen. If idiotic Hindus vote Narendra Modi out in 2024, the first thing that Congress is going to do is to ban social media. They have said it. So whatever information today you are getting, that stops. Right now, we are at least getting 40-50 Hindus out of Pakistan every month. Everything will stop. We are managed to getting citizenship, 10 to 12 citizenships every month. Everything stops. And the second thing is the PCTV bill. The Prevention of Communal and Targeted Violence bill will become a reality, which will be the death knell for Hinduism. So yes, we have grudges against this government. We have a lot of complaints, a lot of shortcomings, but don't throw away the baby with the water.
Next question, please. Dark Begum wants to know, Omendra ji, do you see light at the end of the tunnel?
I see a bright light of Sanatan Hindu Dharma at the end of the tunnel. You think we are struggling? You think we are in pain? Imagine the Amshavatara of Shiv Maharana Pratap. Imagine 30 years, the unforgiving heat, the unforgiving monsoons, the relentless winters of Rajasthan. The man endured it for 30 years and did not surrender. Do you think our challenge is bigger? This is a picnic. Baba, this is party time. We are sitting in air-conditioned homes, talking, exchanging information, which would take months. A letter of this kind, first of all, you couldn't even have written this in one letter, whatever we have shared in the past 1 hour. Even if I could write about it, that would take months to travel to the rest of the world. Here it is traveling in minutes. We are victims of our own victimhood. Hindus have to come out of the victimhood mode and claim your status in the world. We are the most peace-loving, we are the most scientific temper people, we are the most liberal, we are the most honorable, and we are the most humane people on this globe. About time we claim it with force.
Magnet Ranga, again, my question wasn't about voting out Modi, but contrary to it. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next question.
Thank you so much.
Please.
We just used a pretext to educate a lot of other internet Hindus who are growing at the meat of, who want to Modi ji ka maas nochte rehte hain. Sorry for that.
Yo Rix, thank you very much. If peace involves suffering and shame, what is the only thing that is the most humane?
Yes. I completely agree, because there are things worse than war. What about slavery? What about child trafficking? What about child sexual abuse? What about sexual slavery of women? These are all things which are worse than war. I would any day prefer war. And to quote 2 lines which I do it in my speeches every day now. युद्ध नहीं जिनके जीवन में वो भी बड़े अभागे होंगे. You know, in a country infested with the disease of ahimsa of Gandhi, there is a poet who writes, युद्ध नहीं जिनके जीवन में वो भी बड़े अभागे होंगे, या तो प्रण को तोड़ा होगा या फिर रण से भागे होंगे.
Rahul Rathod wants to know, it is said that lots of Rajput kings in Sindh and Rajasthan willingly ceded their states to Pakistan in 1947. If they chose India, then Hindus may have been Indian citizens. Your view?
Yes, that a mistake was committed by 𝙤𝙬 and the Soda Rajput kings who were fooled by Jinnah that they could remain kings, and that is a blot on the Hindu kings. They were fooled into that. But I would say, looking at the way jihadis operate, I'm sure any of the children could have been kidnapped and blackmailed also. So there is no denying that they could have been blackmailed into staying with Pakistan. But my question is to Gandhi and Nehru and people who eulogize these Hindu enemies of Hindus. Populations with 90% Hindu in them were given to Pakistan on what basis? See, the sole claim of Pakistan on Kashmir is that it is a Hindu population. Then what about Sindh? We should have claimed that the 90% districts where the population is 80 to 90. Umarkot is even today 80% Hindu. It's a huge city. There are districts in Pakistan in 2023 which are 90% Hindu dominated. So yes, a lot of evil happened in 47. That is why I call it an artificial partition. That was not a natural partition. It was not a just partition. Hindus got nothing out of that partition except treachery, murder, and betrayal.
Thank you so much, Piyush. Next question, please. We are searching through there are lots of comments. I think that brings us to a close. Omendra ji, I want us to continue this dialogue. And every time I think after I have a talk with you that I will come myself and go with you to look at some of these sites so that
you can must. Also,
yeah. I definitely will come. Kya hai na ke, I always have my list of things to do. Jo jitna ban pata hai, itna hi ban pata hai.
I know. Yeah. I'm waiting. So, I can wait. You must.
कुछ बड़ा चीज
But I want you to come when जब निमित्तकम भवन हम जैसलमेर जोधपुर में बना लेंगे, मैं आपसे इनॉग्रेशन कराऊंगा उसका.
Yes, 100%. धन्य है हम, आ जाएंगे, बिल्कुल आ जाएंगे.
It will be a very bright day in Sanatan Dharma. Then when we are able to do it, and a lot of it has come from the Hindu Samaj. I'm telling you, the Samaj is rising, Shri Bhai. We just have to keep at it. The Sadhu Samaj is rising. A lot of Sadhu Sannyasis are joining us. I hope that the Hindus of Pakistan will not be forsaken now, and they will get their due, which has been long overdue.
I'm going to try and get this thing spread as much as possible. And viewers, you can do this thing too. Please share this link to this video, YouTube video, to all your friends who are desirous of donating to Nimittekam. They really need our help. And I'm going to make sure that all the data is there and also tweet about it so that we kind of give you a way to express your appreciation. Omibai is working 24/7. I have never seen him, idle or doing anything. I haven't seen him take a day off. These are all things where, we connect at a slightly different level than human beings. I know what he's going through, and I'm sure he knows what I'm going through when I go through all this stuff. So please, viewers, help us, and let us help Omibai, and let's help our Hindu brothers and sisters. Namaskar.
Yes, thank you.